Well, we have got a very tricky forecast for the northeastern United States on Wednesday and Thursday. If this is the way the winter is going to go, I'm either going to have completely gray hair or no hair at all by the end of it, because here we are less than 24 hours away from the event, and there are still a lot of question marks as far as what the precipitation type will be in many places, how intense the storm will be, the track of the storm, how strong the wind gusts will be. So we'd like to have a much better idea about what is going to happen with most storms than we do with this storm, and we're right on the edge between some minor accumulating snows, nothing too heavy, but still it could cause some problems as you get into some of the inland locations. So in general terms, this is the northeastern map right here, and the storm forecast to move from east of the Delaware Bay midday Wednesday to southeast of Nantucket by midday Thursday, and then out of the picture completely by Friday. So the storm is going to move a little more quickly than we thought earlier in the week. At the coastline, chilly rain in the forecast, an inch or two possible, 40 to 60 mile per hour wind gusts with the 60s showing up along the south coast. Now it looks like coastal Rhode Island may see some wind gusts up over 50 miles per hour. Same deal for the Cape and for the islands. The entire mid-Atlantic and northeast coast will be battered by some rough surf with the potential for some coastal flooding in the minor to moderate end of the scale. But given what's happened with Sandy in the last 10 days, any coastal flooding is not a good scenario. And then, of course, there is the potential for some wintry precipitation because the storm is forecast to be a little bit farther offshore than we were thinking earlier in the week. So the bigger cities right on the edge of some minor accumulations, including Boston, Providence, down to New York City. Now, Philadelphia may pick up a few inches of wet, heavy snow from this. Same deal down in the southern part of New Jersey, just away from the coastline. Looks like that area might end up being the bullseye with a secondary bullseye possible over the Berkshires. Most of what would be accumulating snow likely to occur Wednesday afternoon and evening, and after that first burst moves through, this storm system loses some of its punch. So a little bit closer to southern New England, some of the impacts in southern New England expected to be the peak wind gusts of about 50 to 60 miles per hour and minor coastal flooding at the coastline. Farther inland, look for those winds to be gusting to between about 30 and 45 miles per hour. Notice the I-95 corridor basically painted in the pink, which means that there will be some snow mixing in with the rain to start the storm anyway on Wednesday. Little, if any, accumulation. Now, the ground is not frozen, and it doesn't look like a situation where you would have any icy roadways, but don't be surprised if you see some snowflakes flying out there tomorrow in the afternoon and in the evening. It's up in the hilly terrain of northwestern Rhode Island and in Worcester County, in interior Connecticut, outside of 495 in Massachusetts, outside of 128 in Massachusetts, where I think you could end up with some accumulating snowfall. I'm going to continue to look at the information as it comes in this evening. As you're looking at election results, I'll be looking at weather information and keeping an eye on the elections, and I'll give you another update on rightweather.net later on in the evening.